Oh no, I had desktop muted, Tama. They didn't hear any of that.
What the
Oh, darn.
frick? Oh, friggin' look. Please,
Oh,
please,
darn.
please.
Hi,
Oh,
guys.
darn.
Welcome back to Dungeons and Breakfast, Curse of Strahd, Episode 6. We're gonna have some more fun in the spooky doopy mansion that all of them have found themselves trapped in today. Let's start this with a recap. So, last time we left off, your group had been exploring this strange mansion that you seem to have found yourselves trapped inside of. Making your way through a secret exit in the attic, you climbed a spiral staircase down into the basement and explored this strange catacomb of earthen hallways and carved rock that seemed to have living quarters of some sort inside of it. But you didn't find people down there. You found several strange, monstrous entities. A giant centipede that had made its way inside of one of the pantries next to a table. A group of undead ghouls that had taken up residence in the living quarters of the area. And a undead dog that Thurxora managed to coerce into following you around. And he's just a happy puppy following you around, Mr. Sophaxis. After exploring this area, you decided that it was best to go back up the stairs and rest after a long, bloody battle with these ghouls. Resting, you encountered the ghost of Rosevalda, who beckoned you to take them with you to your exploration of the underground. You guys agreed to take Rose and Thorn with you to the basement. And they did join you. But in a way you didn't expect. Upon accepting the request, Rose and Thorn possessed both Thurxora and Gwyn. You guys have both become possessed by these ghosts of small children, gaining two specific character flaws for your characters. Your group was just about to head back down into the basement after this interesting encounter. What would you guys like to do?
Eat breakfast.
It's time for breakfast.
Yeah. But no, let's head downstairs.
You assume it's morning. You have no idea what time it is, considering you are trapped in this mansion with it's bricked up by walls. You can't see the outside at all.
Stupid bricks. Alright, like the Mario tunnel, we're going down.
Do you guys all want to go downstairs?
Yes.
I mean, we don't really have another choice.
Yeah, I think we're stuck.
I mean, we could go through the 4 armored people downstairs.
I mean, we could, but
Is there tea down there?
yes,
Tea?
we'll have a
Yeah.
great big tea party.
Yay! Okay.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
We go.
Okay. Your group goes down the long, winding spiral staircase, claustrophobic and still filled with cobwebs, as you descend deeper back down into the dungeon.
1 second.
Okay.
I did a thing. Tama,
Mhm.
Gwyn will hear a voice in her head. The others won't, though. And this voice will basically be like, I'm scared. These stairs are scary. They're so dark. And what happens if I fall?
Oh. It's okay. It's okay. It's gonna be fine.
Question: Are you saying that out loud? Are you saying that in your head, or are you
In my
whispering
head.
it?
In my head.
Okay.
Okay, so you hear a voice in your head.
The voice will not stop.
Okay, you guys still going downstairs?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. You guys head downstairs into the basement of this house once again. You come out to the earthy smelling, cramped corridors that make up the basement of this manor. You can hear it off in the distance, the echoing chanting that had been reverberating throughout these halls, still continuously looping every few minutes. What do you guys want to do?
I would say we should probably check these last few areas and then head back downstairs.
Really? We should. I mean, currently we are at our strongest, are we not?
You do have a point.
If we are going to be at our strongest, and we know the way towards the chanting is clear, why go looking for more danger?
Because there could be interesting things behind the danger. Why else?
I mean, true, there could be. But
I've seen of this place so far.
we've already had things. I'll put it to a vote, okay? I am saying we're at our strongest. If you guys wanna go put a vote to go explore the rest of the areas before heading down, we will do so. But if you just want to be at our strongest to go see what the heck that chanting is, then put the vote for that. All right, ready? All those in favor of checking out the rest of the areas that we have not explored, say aye.
You know what, Zach? I'm actually with you this time. I think maybe it would be better to head forwards, assuming that we can clear whatever the danger is here. There will be nothing to stop us from returning.
Well, maybe we should at least turn left over here because I'm pretty sure the corridor will just lead in a circle. I just, for my sanity, would like to have that circle closed in my head.
I do agree. It would most likely be quicker as well, as long as we remember about that pitfall.
So what I'm hearing is 2 for going to check out the areas.
I just want to go where the tea party is.
Where's the tea?
Where's the tea party? we find one up there?
I am not sure.
So Faxus, by the way, is also following your group as well.
Lily's gonna like look down this corridor.
You approach the corridor and you look to the left. And you can see a decently sized room, a table surrounded by 4 chairs. Let me bring something up really quick. Give me 1 second, guys. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, where did it go? My notes evaporated.
Oh.
My notes exploded.
Well, it seems like as opposed to just a corridor, there is another room here. So maybe while we are at our strongest, we should head downstairs and then maybe see if we can check these areas out later.
Echoing the distance, you still hear the muffled noises.
He is ancient. He is Len. He is ancient. He is Len.
Yeah, we know.
Do you think they have tea?
Maybe they do. Let's go and see if they have some tea.
Yes, 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 finally.
I shall lead the way then.
Yes, I shall bring up the rear, kids. I mean,
Oh,
why don't you two go in the middle?
Come along, children.
I would if I could.
Yeah, Tama can't move her own token.
Oh, that's right.
FYI.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Tama's got some issues. Don't worry, I'll move your token for you. I got you.
This dragonborn body is too heavy for my frail, childlike state. I must have someone move it for me.
For some reason, it won't let me move your token, so give me 1 moment as I try and figure out
What?
why.
If you want waffles, you can give me the ability to move Tamos for today.
I might have to do that because it's not letting me. Did I put your token on the wrong layer? Hold on. Sorry, Roll20 is being a dum-dum.
Oh no!
Hold on 1 second. I might have to refresh the page. Hold on. Let me try and refresh and see if that fixes it. I think Roll20 lagged out for me.
Waffles, did you get the Roll20 DM that I
Yes,
sent
I
you?
did. Thank you. Okay. No worries. I got you. There we go. I can move her token now. We're all good.
Woohoo.
I think it was just lagging out on me. Okay. You guys continue through. Where are you guys going?
Follow me to victory.
As we approach the room, this time Lily hears a voice in her head, basically being like, "This is that human bones. This is so scary. I don't want to go through here."
She completely ignores it. She is not fussed in the slightest. She like makes that little look around her like there's an annoying fly buzzing near her or something, and just kind of makes that swatting motion and then just shakes it off.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. So you guys are heading. You guys begin to go through the areas you visited before throughout the dungeon, and make your way downstairs yet again to the 2nd level. And we'll drag your tokens down there. Boop. And so Faxus is going to follow along behind you. Otak, you're over here. There we go. I gotta bring my notes back up again because I had to refresh. So give me one secarino. Okay. Entering the room yet again, you see this large room with massive wooden beams holding up a stone room with these cavities carved into the wall. As you had seen on your first visit here, when you first entered the room, there seemed to be items within these cavities. Looking to your left, at the cavity directly next to the entrance, Botak, you see a small, shriveled halfling head that seems to kind of just be gazing at you, its mouth and eyes wide open. Long dead and dried. And the noise in this room, you guys hear the echoing. It is as loud as ever. This echo that thrums throughout the chamber, that bounces off the walls. He is ancient. He is the land. He is ancient. He is the land. He is ancient. He is the land. Which slowly dies down. And every few minutes or so, it begins to rise again. He is ancient. And continues throughout your exploration here.
Looks like this guy didn't drink his water.
Hold on, give me
Everyone keep note. That is what happens when you don't drink your water. Your head becomes very shriveled.
That's what I'll be like when I don't get my tea.
Botek. It's your turn. Voice in your head, blah blah. Voice basically goes, who is ancient? Who are they talking about? Will they kill us?
Thoughts alone. Voltec first wonders how it got into his head, and was like, huh. Odd. This doesn't happen on a daily basis. I have no idea who they are talking about. If they wanted to kill us, I think they probably would have done it while we were sleeping.
No further response.
Nope.
Do you say that out loud or in your head?
That's all in head.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lily wants to see what else is in all the alcoves.
Are you gonna explore the alcoves then? All the little cavities carved into the wall?
Yeah.
Hooray. Do you guys have a light source? I think Thurksora was the one who was holding up the lantern, right?
We also have the funny floaty glowy skull.
Yes.
That's right. No, you had a glowing skull. That's right. You casted light on this glowing skull. How long does the light cantrip last, by the way? You might have to recast.
Probably renewed it already.
An hour.
Yeah.
It's just a cantrip, so it's no big deal. I just was curious.
Yeah. It has the duration of an hour, so
Okay.
I would assume they renew it because
Right.
it's a cantrip.
You're just renewing the light cantrip on the skull every hour or so.
More
Gotta make
like
sure
every
the skull is
40 minutes
glowing.
just to be sure.
Gotta make sure we have this glowing. No other object. It's gotta be this skull. For atmosphere's sake. You look into each of these cavities, and you notice all sorts of strange, different objects that don't seem to have much correlation with each other or relation to this room. You see like another dried human appendage, a small yellow hand with almost like claw-like fingers on a loop of rope. You see a knife, sort of carved from some kind of bone, perhaps. Looking throughout each of these cavities, you see a dagger with a small rat skull set into the pommel. You see a strange folded cloak-looking thing that sort of looks like it is from a material you do not recognize. You see another dried bit of flesh lashed onto a stick. All sorts of just strange things that don't really seem to be related to one another. You see this small wooden coffer as well in one of these little outcroppings.
Such interesting curiosities. Probably best not to touch, though. Berserk, should we carefully proceed?
Yes, we should be very careful. Keep eyes peeled.
Maybe we should each take a look down one of these corridors.
I'll take this one.
Okay.
And I'll take this one.
To your east, to the northern part of the room where Botak is, you see like this a slope that goes down. It ends in a pool of water of some sort. This murky water kind of reflects the light of the area, and you see blocking a couple feet ahead, just past where this water starts, a large, rusty iron portcullis gates your path. Lily, you peer down the corridor that is more to the south, and you kind of see this winding passage that kind of swerves to the right. More carved stone, about 5 feet wide.
What have you got, Berserk?
Looks like well, not gonna lie, it looks like a water slide, but it looks like it's a barred gate at the end of it. So I think it's probably, I don't know how deep the water is. Water also looks kind of murky-ish. I'm not sure if it's
completely
water or
still.
whatever, but
It is still water, murky. You can't really see beneath it, and there's no ripples, no anything.
I have no idea how deep that is, but my instincts are telling me man in armor and water do not go well together.
I think you're probably right there. I could take a look.
I mean, sure, but it's like it's gated down there. There's like iron bars in the way.
Actually, wait a second. Thuxora. Goddammit, Thuxora. Mage hands the glowing skull close to the water and actually under the surface of the water to see if there's anything that becomes visible like that. And does the skull fit through the gates or through the bars down
The
here,
skull
or?
would fit through the bars. They're not huge. They're about a foot, 2 feet wide, about a foot and a half through each of the bars, and you can fit the skull through it. You bring the skull underneath the water, and peer into the murky depths. And you can see a little bit that is lit up through the glowing skull. The water seems to be about 5 feet deep before you see the bottom of what seems to be a floor of some sort.
Just deep enough to be a deadly barrier for Botek.
I mean, it can swim, but, you know, I'd rather not go swimming right now, especially when I don't know if anything can break through those bars and smash into us, or something's hiding in the water, like on the floor of that. I am being very cautious right now.
Oh, that's right. I'll move you, Tama. Sorry, Tama can't. Tama can't move her token.
Okay.
Oopsie poopsie.
Okay, it's okay.
So, if you guys want to take a look down there, go be my guest. But I don't think it's a good idea.
Hmm. No, I'm good.
Plus, it's a slope to get down, not like stairs. Last thing you want to do is slip and fall and not be able to get back up.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I suppose we should carry on down this corridor.
All right.
Quinn,
Are you going through
do you
the...
want to take the lead?
Hmm?
Do you want to take the lead, or shall I?
Okay, I'll go from, yeah.
All right. This large dragonborn very kind of turns around you in a childlike manner and says this, by the way. Just picture in your mind this massive dragonborn going, yeah, I'll take the lead.
I've already got the picture. I've already got it.
I just love that thought.
And I'll skip down.
You'll skip your way down. Okay. All right, so you guys begin to move through this corridor. And
La,
you
la, 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 la.
humming your way through the corridor. Let me just see if I can reveal. There we go. Moving through this stone-hewn passage, you eventually come to this long, dark hallway. Dark, unidentifiable stains cover a lot of the floor. As you peer through it, you see alcoves lining both sides. Gwyn, as you approach and you look to your immediate left and right, you see these empty iron shackles hanging bolted to the stone. Nothing in them. And from behind you guys, you hear echoing again, "He is ancient. He is the land. He is ancient."
I don't
Short
mind.
intermission here. Lily feels something grab onto her clothes, like a child's hand.
She kind of looks.
There's nothing.
Oh well. She's not easily spooked. She's sitting there thinking you're gonna have to do better than that. She's assuming it's the house trying to play with her. And is pretty much ignoring it all.
It's just the house. Nothing weird here. Nothing crazy about that. What do you guys do?
It doesn't look very fun down here. It's not what I was expecting. Do we go forward? Don't know.
Do you see a path? Do you see a doorway, maybe?
I'm a bit frightened to step forward,
So-
but
Waffle's short question, just to clarify, you said the voices are now coming from behind them?
Yep, they're coming from behind you guys.
Well, guys, I'm sorry to break the bad messages to you, but I think the voices are actually coming from the water pit.
oh,
Because, let's think about it. When we went downstairs, they were coming from in front of us. Then there only was that other room that we just came from. And now they're coming from behind us. So they're either originating from that room, or they're coming from that water thing.
Ah, fudge.
uh-oh.
Of course they are. Why would they not be? Well, I suppose we should, I don't know, look at the water again.
Do we want to examine these shackles on the walls or any sort of clues?
Yeah, maybe there's a passageway, but it's definitely not directly in this room.
Okie dokie. Let's go back.
I can't swim.
Oh,
That is mightily unfortunate.
how about we just tie a rope to you and dunk you in?
I don't see how that's going to help.
Well, you don't have to swim if you don't.
Anybody have any better ideas?
Let's search this holding room for a way to, maybe there's some secret doors. Wouldn't be the first time in this building.
Oh, I really wanted to dunk him. Like a tea bag.
I don't think that's necessarily the best idea.
Oh. Fine.
So you guys are going to explore the room.
Yeah.
All right. You guys begin to move throughout the room and kind of give everything a once over. Looking to the left and right, you see the blood stains on the ground as you continue forward. Kind of, they are definitely there's blood stains that lead to each of these shackles. You're not sure if the blood is was going outwards or inwards towards the shackles. You're not sure, but you do actually roll a perception check, Gwyn, if you're gonna be taking the lead on this.
No, that's just ketchup, not blood.
Where's that again? Where's perception again? Sorry.
It should be on your D&D Beyond sheet.
Yes, but whereabouts?
It should be in the long list, right in the middle. Acrobatic,
yes,
animal handling,
thank
blah, blah,
you.
blah.
Sorry, it feels weird on a different device. 22.
22.
Yes.
A natural 20, nice.
You're peering through these different alcoves and you're looking around for anything that might seem strange or out of place. You do notice at the end of the hall, first off, this is pretty noticeable as you get down the corridor and your light extends farther. You do see a skeleton hanging at the very far end of the hallway. All the alcoves seem empty, minus this one singular skeleton hanging at the end of the hallway. And Gwyn, as you're kind of peering through, using the light from the skull that Thurxora has, you notice that directly to your north, right here, you do see one of the iron chains that are bolted against the wall seem to be slightly askew and much longer than the other ones.
What was you want to move in?
Yeah, let me move. Let me
just use my
There you
legs. Ooh, yeah, there we go. So the skelly bobs, and then there's really longy chains over there. Guys, what does that mean?
Would mean any number of things.
I mean, they're a lot longer than, very noticeably longer. I mean, is that something big on the loose? All these things and things are on
I
the
don't know.
loose?
Why don't you tug on it and see what happens?
Yeah, I was about to say, let's give a tug.
Like a toilet flush?
Oh, I was thinking more like tug of war, but
Oh,
like a toilet
Okay.
flush.
yeah.
Like a
Maybe
toilet
when we tug
flusher.
it will make the water pool go.
Yeah, to flush the water.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that analogy.
He wants to tug.
All right, you tug on the elongated iron shackle, and it sort of you do tug on it, and you hear this. It actually gives way and kind of pulls slightly out of the wall, and you hear a ka-chunk noise as directly to your right, the wall begins to slide upwards, revealing the room directly to your north. Which I would love to reveal if Roll20 would work.
But, you know. it's all gravy.
Roll20. Roll20.
eating us! It's eating us!
Help.
By the way, Waffles, just as a comment, according to the compass, that's the south.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, to your south. My bad. Thank you, Tama. I had the compass reversed. This is to your south.
That wasn't me.
It was deadly, not Tama.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Deadly.
I am
My
a farmer
bad.
now. I like tea.
Sorry, you're both
Oh.
you're both children at this point to me. You're both Rose and Thorn. I'm just gonna call you Rose and Thorn. Thank you, Thorn.
You're welcome.
You see immediately beyond this door a sort of rising platform that comes out of this, what you assume to be more of the water that had blocked the portcullis, or had been a part of the portcullis to your east. And this large chamber that you can't really, without going in there and spreading more light, you can't really see more into. But at the bottom of this chamber, you do see this sort of octagonal like dais that rises above the water. And you also see these featureless stone pillars supporting the ceiling. And what you notice most of all is the sounds of the rising echo. He is ancient. He is the land. He is ancient. He is the land. Seems to be emanating loudest from this room. It is definitely coming from somewhere in here.
Oh.
Well done, you. You found the door.
Yes, I flushed the toilet.
Yes, you flushed the toilet well.
Yes, yes.
Maybe now we can drown those noisy bastards.
Yeah.
Botak, do you wish to take the lead? Be on the lookout for traps, though, I would say. Just in case. You want you to, you follow, I'll come at the end.
My legs are a little stiff.
All right, you guys enter through the newly created door that had been revealed, and you see, you peer out through the roll 20. I said reveal areas. There we go. As Thurxora moves through, holding her giant glowing skull, you see a 40-foot square room. And the echoing of these voices as they fade in and out kind of bounce off the wall. This stone masonry provides excellent acoustics for this area. Murky water covers most of the floor. Stairs lead up to these dry stone ledges that you see kind of hugging the walls of the room. Rusty chains and shackles dangle from the ceiling directly above a stone altar mounted on this octagonal dais in the center of the room that rises out of the water. The altar is covered with these hideous depictions of some sort of humanoid creature grasping at some object in the center, carved into this stone, kind of directly behind the dais, some sort of religious diagram. The altar is completely stained with a brownish color, brownish reddish color.
Interesting. Botak, it occurs to me that if I were to use my lightning touch spell in this water, it would show us at least if there was anything in here. Because
Not a bad idea.
area is covered in
Well,
water.
maybe before we do that and potentially fry all of us, let's just try this.
Water.
Mage hand plus skull plus water equals underwater lamp that hopefully attracts everything that is fishy in there.
You gotta attract all the
Or
fish.
cause it all to run away.
Using your mage hand to grasp the skull, you lower it into the water. It still seems to be this still dark, murky water. You lower the skull into it, and you can see about 5 feet down. There is still a floor to this room. and you see kind of this staircase that leads up to this dais on all sides of this octagonal platform. Nothing seems to be attracted to the skull, however. When you lower it into the water, you don't see any sign of creatures. Just this mud and murkiness to it that kind of swirls around.
Do we see the wheel up here? By any chance?
You do. You see to your north where the or to your east, sorry, where the portcullis was, you do see what would be the lever activating the portcullis. What seems to be some sort of wheel etched into the wall that would move this gate up and down, you assume.
Okay. Well, Thuxara has pulled the skull back out of the water, being like, I don't think there's anything alive in here. But look over there, points at the lever. Do you think that might open our way out of here?
Possibility. It could just open that iron gate it's right next to you.
Yeah, that's what I meant with the way out of here.
I mean, what would be the way that we just came through then?
Another way out of here.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yes, okay,
So-
you got me. We don't necessarily need to pull that lever. Understood.
Well, no, it's not that. It's the way out of here and a way out of here is two different things.
So what you're saying is we should keep it in mind as a way out of here in case the way out of here does not let us out anymore?
Yep.
Okay. Then she floats the glowy skull over to here to have a closer look at the opening in the wall.
You float the skull towards an alcove that you see on the western side of the wall. Looking towards it, and as the light kind of reveals the area, you see this large pile of bones and mass, just completely fleshless bones of some sort, humanoid looking, gathered in a large 10-foot wide pile, just completely taking up most of this small outcropping you see.
Okay, I think this is enough to make Sophaxus very, very happy.
Are all of you are you all of you in this room right now, or where are you guys?
Yeah, I would be, but my legs aren't working. There we go.
You guys hear one more time the chanting echo. He is ancient. He is the land. He is ancient. And it begins to get louder and louder. He is the land. He is ancient. He is the land. Suddenly the passage behind you. The door begins to close.
Oh.
You guys
But
do anything?
Botek, you remember what I said about the exit?
Yep.
Are you guys
I
doing
remember.
anything, or are you just gonna let it close?
Actually, suddenly a very shocked expression runs over Thuxara's face as she just jumps back through the door before it closes.
Okay, Thurxora's jumping through the door. It starts to close. Thurxora makes a jump for it and goes underneath the door. You guys see as Thurxora disappears behind this passageway before you are completely cut off from them.
Ah, Thrix. I don't know if that was a good idea or not.
But this
I have no
is
idea.
you somewhat
You can't hear
through,
each other on the other side of the wall.
but I can use my cantrip message, which also allows me to communicate through walls.
It does.
As long as I know that the other person is there. And with these people that literally were standing there a second ago, I assume I'm able to communicate to them still.
You would be able to, yeah.
Yeah. Well, message, here we go. Telepathic communication.
It's actually they will hear it in your head, but you actually have to speak the words out loud. You have to whisper them.
Yeah. So, Lily, in your head, you hear Thuxora's voice being like, "Hey, Lily, can you hear me? If you can, please say something."
She will try and respond if she can, if message works that way. She doesn't know.
Your
it
message
herself.
is a both direction thing, so as
Then,
long
yeah,
as
she
you
will.
respond actually speaking it out, it will be audible for the sender.
Zora?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm alive. I think I'm gonna take the long way around, and I think it's time for the Never.
Okay, you go round. Be careful. We'll see if we can get it open from this side.
I will.
You guys hear echoing throughout the chamber on that side of the door. The he is ancient, he is the land has gotten deathly loud now. You guys are struggling to Lily, you can hear this voice inside your head, but it's almost blotted out by the fact that you are hearing this, "He is ancient, he is the land, he is ancient." It is driving you crazy at this point. It is taking every little bit of your energy to try and concentrate as this noise echoes throughout your minds and your ears and reverberates throughout the room. It has gotten very loud, and you keep hearing it, and you're just about to just scream out in frustration as suddenly it cuts out. Just complete silence.
Well, that can't be good.
Question, what happens if I just pull on the chain again?
You move to pull on the chain, and you hear the noise. Ka-chunk! Ka-chunk! You pull again. Nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, on my way around then.
So, who wants to get in the water and get the wheel open?
I still
The
wonder
no.
whether maybe I
The
should
no.
shock and grasp it first, just to make sure.
I mean, if you want to, go right ahead. I'm not gonna stop you.
You know what? Stay as far back from the water as you can. And she is just going to reach down and shocking grasp into the water and set that entire thing.
Into the you're gonna shocking grasp the water.
Shocking grasp the water.
Okay, you reach out your
All
hands
right.
and touch the water and use your shocking grasp, and you do see the lightning kind of begin to arc out of your hands and kind of spread through the water a little bit. It looks pretty, and you see kind of the room light up. As Thuxora was your light source before, it is very dark in this room, and you see the lightning kind of electricity shoot through the water for a brief second. But nothing seems to happen other than a very pretty dancing lights.
Well, anything that was living in there is either immune to electricity or very, very dead. So I don't think it'd be a good idea to send a Botak into the water. I suppose I should go She kind of very hesitantly, not liking water at all, as someone who prefers to use fire in her magic. She's not fond of water. And kind of pokes her foot into it.
You poke your foot into the water, and it disappears beneath the murky surface. It ripples. And nothing happens. Your foot gets wet.
Okay, she goes another step further, being very wary.
You step into this water. How tall are you?
Around 5'6".
Okay. Your head just barely reaches above the surface of this water. Walking along the bottom, you sink yourself into this pool, feeling the water soak through your clothes, and you move towards this large wheel used for opening the portcullis. You grab onto it and begin to push, kind of looking around you, making sure that there isn't something in the water about to grab you. The wheel moves. And slowly the portcullis begins to open. Thurxora, you can see on this side, holding up your skull, you see Lily move past the entrance to the portcullis and begin to push on the wheel, and it does begin raising out of the water.
Okay, I'm gonna mage hand the skull in here again, but basically I'll make it slowly come through here and peek around the corners as if the skull was actually peeking around the corners.
Lily, you just see a floating, glowing skull come around the corner as you're pushing on this wheel. You're pushing this, and you just see a floating skull kind of look at you and into your direction, glowing.
She just tilts her head at it and gives like a little nod as if to be like, hello, good sir, how you doing? It's nice to see you again. It just keeps moving the thing.
All right, you keep pushing on the wheel, and eventually you can't push it any further, and the portcullis seems to lock in place.
She's gonna call down the tunnel. Zora, it seems to be open now.
I can see that.
So what's the plan here, guys?
I don't know.
gonna-
Find out what the voices come from and probably break it. Hint, spooky altar in the middle of the room.
Well, you might want to come and join us, maybe.
No. I would love to very much, but that water looks a bit deep.
Dunks and no. Dunks and no.
Gwen!
Maybe you could carry
First-
Botak?
First question, does anybody down there have a rope? By any chance?
Yes, I have some rope, I believe. Yes, I do. I have some rope.
Okay, just
Thank you for the
give me a second.
Beef jerky will help me.
Thurxora mage hands the rope out of Lily's hands, brings it around here and ties it around one of the pillars that hold the roof to make sure that there is a way to get up this ramp later on.
Very smart.
You're looking at the roof for what?
I'm getting a rope. I'm tying it around here
Okay.
to have a way down and up this ramp
We can
without.
scramble back up the ramp
Okay. Oh,
Yep.
sorry.
if we need to.
Okay. You tie the rope around one of the pillars holding up the ceiling. And, kind of lowered into the murky water. Seems to be holding. The rope doesn't suddenly ignite into flames or anything.
Oh,
Okay.
it's not yet.
And now I'm start slowly climbing down the ramp with the help of this rope.
I gotta eat jerky, Tama. They redeemed Nom Nom.
Waffle is eating jerky. That's why they call him the Jerky Waffles.
That's right. They all call me Jerky Waffle. Waffle jerky sounds delicious, actually.
Actually, fun little thing. I sometimes make waffles, but instead of making sweet waffles, I make waffles with onions and bacon inside.
Oh, that sounds so good. Oh my gosh, I want it.
I can send you a recipe, but now back to sliding into the water on the rope.
Whee! Lily's gonna look at this back wall where the mural and stuff was.
You look onto the other side of this raised stone platform at the edge of the wall and get out of the water and kind of shake yourself off for a second, dripping all over the place. It just seems to be carved stone and these nondescript pillars in the center of the area. The only thing that seems really carved and man-made, aside from the stairs, are the dais in the middle of the room and this strange altar. Exploring a little bit, and Thrixora, as you kind of wade through the water and begin to step out of the water onto these stairs, you guys begin to hear a faint noise echo throughout the room. It sounds like the same voices that you had heard. The same ones that had been chanting, "He is ancient, he is the land." But this time, it is different. It starts out quiet. This slow chanting. And it slowly raises. And you hear the sentence, "One must die. One must die. One must die." Echoed throughout this room by a cacophony of voices. Female, male, this loud chorus of people begin to chant sourcelessly. "One must die. One 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 must die." And it begins to repeat loudly. You notice the wheel to the portcullis begin to spin in the other direction rapidly as the portcullis immediately slams down. "One must die. One must die. One must die." And it continues to echo, reverberating throughout the room.
I liked it a lot better outside.
You know, I'm with you on that one.
I'm kind of bored with all this stuff. Can we just fight whatever this thing is already? Like, these guys are giving me a headache.
I say we sacrifice the gnome.
Don't think just sacrificing somebody will make it better necessarily.
You see,
But it's
opposite
definitely worth.
opposite of the eastern side of the raised stone platform to you guys, strange. You kind of have to double check and make sure it isn't just a shadow cast by your skull that you're holding up. This strange shadowy figure on the opposite side of you guys, several of them standing on top of these raised stone platforms. They look nearly identical to the strange shadow figures that you had fought earlier in the room full of skeletons and the statue. They don't seem to do anything. They kind of just stand there, looking in your direction. One must die echoes constantly throughout the room. It doesn't fade away like that did previously, like he is ancient. It
Well, a bunch
continues.
of those guys already died. Can't they take one of them? This is ridiculous.
What
She's
about
looking
the
very
puppy?
unimpressed. None of them bought tea. How dare they?
God damn it. I hate this. It sucks.
These figures seem to hold something in their hand as you look closer. And it was hard to tell exactly at first glance. But you see them, they seem to be holding these torches. But the torch fire is black and shadowy. And instead of emitting light, it seems to absorb light into it, kind of casting shadows in a strange pattern near the figure. Where you'd expect to see faces on these strange hooded figures are just voids, emptiness, darkness. And still the chanting echoes. One must die. One must die.
Who shall the one to die? Who shall be the one to die?
I know. Let's take a vote. I vote the hooded figure. Anybody else in favor?
Yep. I'm
Yep.
going with that too. Yep.
Okay. I guess I'll go with that. I wanted the name, but fair enough.
How dare these people not even serve us tea in here?
Exactly.
All right. We have chosen the hooded figure will die. Congratulations. You won your prize. Hey, we chose who was
You
going to
guys
die.
attacking them?
I don't know where they are. I can't see them.
They are on the opposite end of the room from where you are. There's several of them standing on each of these 5 foot. Hold on, let me get the token.
Yeah. The first question: how many of them in total?
One about every 5 feet
Ooh.
against
So a
this
lot
far
of them.
wall.
I cannot reach them,
Um,
but I can throw a javelin. Just saying. That's what I got.
Hmm.
How many javelins do I got?
Thuxora actually tries to talk to them again. Basically walks in front of Lily and yells at them, "Who is the one?"
you try and shout over this chanting, "One must die, one must die," and throughout the room, "Who is the one?" you shout. The chanting just seems to continue. One must die, one must die, one must die.
I like pie. I like pie.
If we kill
Me
one,
too.
how do we start numbers? We can't go from 0 to 2. That will just cause all sorts of confusion.
What if 2 die?
Is that then too much? Or can we also do 3? And
I
I know
like
4 is
pie.
completely
I
out of the
like pie.
question.
I don't really know what to do here, guys. We're at a bit of a disadvantage. You know.
But
on the
before
playing field.
we actually start attacking anybody here, Thuxora jumps into the water and walks up to the altar.
Okay.
Oh, good. You did that. Now I don't have to.
You jump.
Lily's looking very relieved.
You climb down from this raised stone platform that's about 5 feet above the already 5 foot high water. So you kind of splash down land safely in this 5 feet of water and begin wading through it. And as you do, you begin to climb up these steps to the top of this octagonal dais in the middle of the room. And as she does so, you guys hear the sound of the voices begins to raise the closer she gets to the altar. One must die! One must die! One must die! Getting a closer look at it, you see this reddish-brown stain on the altar, and these grasping ghouls that are reaching towards something in the center of this altar. Seems to be nothing that they're reaching towards other than just something that was on this altar. They are carved in intricate detail. You see every line has been painstakingly created on these grasping this sort of... They're not statues. This is more of a... what is the word I'm looking for? Kind of like an effigy, this tall stone sort of... oh my gosh, I can't think of the word. It's essentially a giant picture behind the altar. But the figures of the ghouls are slightly coming out of it, reaching towards the center of this altar. You do notice, looking a little bit closer, the hands of the ghouls are also stained in this dark reddish-brownish color.
Well, naively assuming that it's just a poop and no blood, I'll take a closer look and see if the crystal ball that we yoinked from the floor above would fit into the empty spot on the altar.
There is no empty spot per se. There's just a giant altar. It's flat, and there's nothing on it except for these stains. You kind of, if you put the crystal ball there, it kind of just begins to roll on the flat surface, not finding anywhere to like fit into.
That means this altar is horrible craftsmanship because the surface is not straight.
It does look like it was hastily carved. Other than the depiction of these strange ghoulish creatures, everything else in here is kind of rough-hewn and kind of doesn't seem like it was crafted by master artisans or anything like that. It's all very rough-hewn stonework, including the altar itself. Yeah, kind of a mural, Little Blue. Somewhat, but parts of it also stick out of the mural itself.
A relief.
All right.
A relief. That's a good description. That's the word I was looking for. A relief.
If we're gonna be battling these boyos, Gwen, do you want to get on the other side? There's 3 of them over there, and I don't think those 2 can handle it.
What worries
alone.
me, Botak, is that you are the only person who can really deal damage to these bastards.
Yeah.
We're at an incredibly high disadvantage here with the state of the area we're looking in. As they seem to not be attacking yet, then maybe it would be in our best interest to be hesitant.
Okay. I'm just saying, if we are gonna do battle, Gwen might have a better chance over there. You're helping you guys out.
Look, I don't like being told what to do, so I'm gonna stay here.
I actually have another idea, guys. Maybe this will work. Thuxora pulls out the crystal ball and actually places it on the altar. And then takes a few steps back into the water and up the stairs over here. And then casts Silent Image, attempting to reproduce as humanoid as possible, but still somewhat shadow-like figure of the person from the statue upstairs.
Okay.
So she casts the silent image, makes it appear in front of the altar, and then, a little fiddly with mage hand in between, she makes this figure pick up the crystal ball from the altar, basically raise it over its head, and turn around to the shadowy figures
Okay.
in a somewhat commanding gesture.
You cast this image, and you guys, the rest of you, see this, this, gaunt man in the cape that you had seen, in the statue beforehand, suddenly appear in the middle of the room, and appear to grab this crystal ball and raise it up and turns towards the figures. You hear the chanting slowly die down. One must die. One must die. And you begin to hear again. He is ancient. He is the land. 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 And the shadowy figures to the western wall don't seem to move, but they all kind of are staring in the direction of this dais where you see this figure holding up the crystal ball.
Now what?
Just wait for it. So Thurxora now walks back into the water once again, at this point completely dripping wet, climbs up the stairs to the altar, kneels down in front of this illusion, and has the illusion basically in a ceremonial way hand over this crystal ball to her as she's kneeling down there. And she then, as she makes this illusion turn around and bow to her, stands up with this crystal ball held over her head, and then she turns around to the figures and is like, "Silence!"
The large gaunt figure turns towards these shadows and screams silence.
No. The idea behind this, just as a quick out-of-character explanation, I want to make it seem as if this figure hands over the crystal ball to Thurxara, basically passing the power on.
Okay, so he hands the crystal ball to Thurxora using your mage hand cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
And he turns to these figures and shouts, "Silence." You hear the voices die down for a second. The apparitions seem to be focused entirely on the center dais. The voices die down. He is ancient. He is the land. He is ancient. He is the land. And suddenly you hear, "Flesh must be taken. One must die. Flesh must be taken. One must die. One must die.
Oh, God,
One
it
must
gets worse
die."
every time.
And they begin to rise in this cacophony, even louder than before. It is maddening how loud these voices seem to be emanating throughout the area. Flesh must be taken. One must die. The end is nigh. And suddenly, silence.
I mean, if they want flesh, we got the dog.
Oh,
You guys suddenly hear a rattling noise. Sounds as if something seems to shift and move. It's coming from the large pile of bones to the western corridor and the alcove. You see, looking over there at Thurxora as you hear the noise, you see the bones shift. Followed by silence. Nothing. The room is deathly quiet. What do you guys do?
My guess would be roll initiative.
Wow.
What are you guys doing?
I mean,
I got
Okay.
squat.
well, I could try to get the door open. But I
Oh,
can't
right.
swim, so I can't do that.
What's your passive perception, Thurxora?
My passive perception. It's 10 plus perception modifier, right?
Yep.
Yes.
14.
14. Looking towards the bone pile, you eye that direction, and you notice, coming from the bone pile, ripples underneath the water. Beginning to head in your direction towards the dais. You also notice, with your passive perception, the water starts to begin to lower slightly as more stone steps on this dais are revealed from the shifting water as it lowers lower and lower.
Guys, two things. First of all, I think the water just lowered enough for Botek not to drown in it. And second of all, I think there's something in it.
Oh,
Happy, Lily shocked it.
Maybe it was hiding under the bones, or it just didn't care too much about that.
Nah, that couldn't be right, Lily?
I don't know. With this house, anything's possible. How far has the water gone down by? I worry that with the way that wheel snapped back, I'm not exactly the strongest of people. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it open. And,
As you guys are
Robin,
saying
I'd
this,
be interested to see what's going on and fight this thing.
as you guys are having this conversation, this ripple is slowly getting closer to Thorxura.
Whatever it is, it's getting pretty close here.
And maybe I should shock again? Make sure you're not touching the water?
The figures on the far side of the western wall suddenly seem to vanish out of existence, losing their light-absorbing shadow torches in the process, and the room is lit up slightly more. As this happens, Thurxora, you peer down into the water, and at the bottom stair of the dais, you see this strange, fleshy, red tendril kind of, and another one. And you see at the bottom of this stairway, a large mass begins to rise up out of the water. It is red and flesh-like.
Guys, I either found our dinner or we might have a really, really big problem.
There's no consistent shape to it. You see even on these tendrils and on several parts of this fleshy mass, humanoid eyes and strange tooth-filled mouths surround the ooze in inconsistent shapes and angles, twisting around it in a blob-like manner. There are dozens of these eyes and mouths. The eyes seem to dart about randomly, frantically to and fro, kind of seeming to have no direction or focus whatsoever. And the mouths begin to move. You hear a low, guttural noise emanating. This coming from one of the mouths. It is suddenly joined by another one of the mouths, kind of amorphously moving about on this creature. One of the mouths begins to laugh uncontrollably, like this insanely high-pitched, just laugh. And then a wailing scream comes from another one of the mouths. One of them begins to weep. Others begin talking in an incomprehensible language as they all begin to join together and coalesce into this discordant cacophony of voices and noises and inhuman sounds emanating from whatever this creature is. And it begins to move with a striking speed towards Thyxora. Everybody roll initiative.
Play.
It's initiative time. Okay, here we go. Eldritch Horror, your favorite horror? Hooray! Oh, no, that's not the right one. Let me show you a picture of it real quick. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do.
Suddenly, the whole room moves.
As if the whole world is moving, but standing still at the same time.
All right, because you noticed it, you're not surprised, so that's good.
For context, how deep is the water?
The water has lowered to a point where you would assume it's about 2 or 3 feet deep at this point. It lowered about 2 feet.
Okay.
It is possible for you to wade through Botak.
Cool.
Alright, let me get my turn tracker up. Let me see if I can figure out how to get this boy on here. Add turn. There we go. It's been a little bit since I used Roll20. All right, there we go. All right, Gwyn, what did you get?
11.
11. Okay, Thyxora, what did you get?
4.
Oh no,
I know
4
what
for
I'm gonna throw out
Thyxora.
of the window after the session.
Botak, what'd you get?
16.
16. Lily?
12.
12. And it rolls. A nat 20 on the roll. So that's a thing. That is going to be a 19. Okay. Looks like it's going first.
Come on,
Thyxora.
Orpheus, give me the one shot.
Thyxora suddenly dies. Thyxora, you see this fleshy mass of mouths and cacophony of voices echoing inside your brain. It is maddening. it seems to be echoing inside, going back and forth between your ears and your head, and you kind of reach up as your mind suddenly seems a bit woozy. I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw. Not
Actually,
gonna use.
you guys, how many? Let's see, who's where. I also need Gwyn and Botak to roll a wisdom saving throw, and Sophaxis is here too. Sophaxis is going to roll one as well. He failed.
Wisdom saving throw,
Yes.
22.
22. All right, you managed to shake your head and shake off the maddening noises that seem to be coming from its mouth. Just these strange noises. Botak and Gwyn, what did you guys roll?
Is it wisdom check or I rolled the right one? Sorry.
Gwyn has a 19.
Yay.
Gwyn's got a 19. Okay.
Thank you.
You managed to avoid the distracting effects of the sounds coming out of this creature.
Woohoo.
Okay. You can move to the map somewhere. Oh, there.
I got a 3.
Oh,
You got a 3? Okay. Hold on. Are you guys seeing Thrixora in the water, or is that just my... Okay, there we go.
That is just you moving around the map.
Yeah, I was trying to fix it on my other screen. It looked like you guys were slightly off. Alright. Botak, this cacophony of noises in your head seems to reverberate inside of your mind, inside of your brain, and you find yourself distracted and unable to gather yourself and focus on this creature. You can't seem to rack your mind together suddenly and try and decide on one particular course of action. But we'll get to that when it's your turn. It is going to move towards you, Thrixora, and it is going to reach out, and as it moves towards you, you see the stone underneath this creature start to morph almost and shape and kind of become this almost like liquidy substance. It seems to change underneath your feet, become almost part of this creature, almost this strange blob-like substance that this creature is, as the stone begins to smoothen out and becomes almost wet. It's going to make a bite at you with one of its very sharp, mouthy teeth. What is your AC?
10.
That is definitely going to hit. How much HP do you have?
14. It's a one-shot. I knew it.
I need you to roll a strength saving throw for me.
A strength saving throw. It's an 18.
An 18. Okay.
Nice.
Thrixora, this creature lashes out at you and just chomps into your arm as you try and back away from it. You take 12 points of damage
Wee.
as it bites down and crunches down on your arm, and blood begins to leak out. And as this blood leaks out of your arm from this bite, you see it being absorbed into this fleshy mass. Slowly, instead of draining and dripping down, it's dripping towards the creature. Alright. Botak, your turn. So,
Okay, so
as you start your turn, this cacophony of voices inside your head is throwing you off. You can't seem to figure out what to do or where to go. It's driving you mad. I need you to roll a d4 for me. Actually, no. I need you to roll a d8, actually, sorry.
Four.
4. You are completely distracted and distraught by this noise that is in your head. You kind of just sit there, holding your head, just trying to get these voices out of your head. They are maddening, and you as you're hearing these in your head, you hear names. You hear voices, several voices, begin to call out different names that you've heard before. You hear Rose. You hear several names that you don't understand or know. You hear suddenly Thorn. You hear Walter. You hear Elizabeth. It's just barely enough to notice in this cacophony of voices, but you do hear it. You, unfortunately, though, are so distracted by this that you cannot move for this turn. You stand there and do nothing. Let's see.
I don't have any action that I can do.
Unfortunately, no. This has essentially stunned you for this turn.
Okay.
Lily, your turn.
Oh.
You can hear these mouths speaking, you can hear the voices reaching you, but you are far enough away where they aren't really reaching you. They aren't maddening enough to get into your mind.
Okay. He's gonna move this way a little bit.
Okay.
No, I think we're just gonna have to go with a good old-fashioned firebolt.
All right, firebolt it.
21.
21, that hits. Roll that damage.
For 4.
A 4?
4, yeah.
Okay, you chuck a fireball at this creature. It hits it right in one of the eyes, and the eye closes for a second, and it kind of just almost doesn't even seem to notice. It kind of just continues to blather on, and the eyes continue to dart in directions as it continues to latch on Therxora. Is that all you want to do for your turn?
She's actually gonna healing word Therxora as well.
Okay.
What's that D4? Where's my D4? 4, 6.
All right, Therxora, you are healed for 6 damage.
Yay,
As
back up to 8.
Lily casts her healing word, shouting out a spell incantation, and suddenly you feel the wounds on your arm begin to close slightly.
She just kind of yells over, you might want to see if you can get out of there.
I had the plan.
Gwyn, your turn.
Rose is like, oh god, oh god, oh god. and she grabs the hammer and she goes, bonk bonk, and she charges forward and attempts to bonk bonk.
You attempt to bonk bonk. Okay, got you.
Yes. Let's see.
All right, so are you jumping into the water then?
Yeah.
All right, you jump down from your raised stone platform, jump into the water, and roll for bonk.
11.
11. That is actually gonna hit.
Woo!
Roll damage. Thank you for the multi-twitch, Chachi.
8.
Ace.
8 damage. You take your hammer and you swing your massive hammer for mega bonk. It splatters into one of the mouths, begins to shatter the teeth, and the mouth kind of shifts into the globulous form, and the eyes kind of move around, and you see them move kind of towards your direction, still darting around and looking back and forth. But blood seems to spurt from the creature as you hit it with your hammer.
Ew, this is really gross. This is cool, but it's really gross.
All right, Thrixora, your turn.
First question, is it still actually attached to my arm, or...?
It does, but you are not grappled right now. It's kind of just gnawing at you. It bit down on you, and it's kind of going for another bite.
One second, actually.
Uh-oh, what's happening?
Oh.
What is Deadly doing?
I don't know if she's there.
Yeah, I'm sorry, real life people.
Oh, okay, no worries, no worries.
Real life people just deciding it would be a funny idea to bother me at
Right on your turn.
in the nice.
I see that it's your turn.
Yeah.
Time to bother her.
Back to this, so it's not directly latched onto me. I am going to cast my wonderful Thunder Wave.
All right.
Into a 15 feet square with this point as a center. So basically, here to here. These 9 tiles should be affected by it.
Okay.
Saving.
What is the saving throw?
Is a 12 of Constitution.
Constitution 12. That's a no. Did not save.
Then it gets 10 thunder damage and gets pushed back 10 feet.
All right. You, Thrixora, you take out your instrument and you strum these notes on it, and it begins to glow. And you guys all hear and watch as this loud, thunderous wave suddenly emanates from Thrixora's instrument, and this creature that is trying to bite her and lash onto her gets blown back. The fleshy mass gets pushed into the water 10 feet away from you. 10. Kind of slams into the corner of this raised stone platform in the stairs. You kind of hear the discordant voices kind of all shout out in unison for a brief moment. They all stop screaming and shouting and kind of just all make one continuous shouting noise. And for a brief moment, they talk in unison. All of the voices. Rose! Thorn! And then suddenly the voices begin to suddenly return to their echoing cacophony of maddening.
And I'm also gonna use this opportunity to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet
Okay.
It should be within my 30 feet range.
Yep. I will note that the any of the water would be difficult terrain, so it's going to take you, anybody who's moving through the water, double your movement to walk through there.
Oh, okay. This is water, 10, 20, then I'm ending up here.
Okay. Yep, so you'll be right there. All right. All right. Its turn. I need Botak and Gwyn to roll. Oh, actually, no, I didn't put Sophaxus on the turn roll. My bad. Sophaxus is here too. You've got a doggy. Hold on. Let me roll for Sophaxus's turn.
Poor doggo always gets forgotten in the dungeon.
Poor doggo. I keep forgetting about doggo. Oh, I'm a terrible DM. Okay. Oh wow, he rolled pretty good actually. He's like 19. So I will give him a turn. We'll just, let's see if he would have avoided the effects of the creature. No, he would move. Okay. Nope, he would have just been standing there last turn anyways. So we'll put him just after the creature. Oop. Nope, that's another Botak. I didn't want to add you.
Wait, I can take
there's not
turns.
two Botaks.
I don't mind that.
All right, that's going to be right there. Okay, I need Gwyn and Botak to roll Wisdom saving throw again. Welcome back, Tyak. What'd you roll?
11.
A 1?
11.
Oh, a weapon.
Yes.
All right, you succeed. You manage to throw off the maddening effects of its voices.
Right. 14.
You succeed as well, Botak. You manage to, after hearing all this, you shake your head and you prepare yourself, getting ready for a fight. Finally having gained the concentration that you needed. All right. It's going to move forward. You see, as it approaches you, Gwyn, one of the mouths kind of opens up on it. With the laughing mouth kind of stops laughing for a moment, and you see this globule of this strange yellowish greenish like liquid begin to emanate from its mouth. And suddenly, with remarkable speed, the goo spits in your direction, and there is a blinding flash. Roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
One.
One?
It's a quick question. Is this an acid-based attack?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Damn it.
Quick question. Quick statement for you, Tama. That's the button for checks. You do
Oh.
saving throws.
Yeah, you should be doing a saving throw.
Oops.
I know they look similar. That's a pretty common thing that I always do on there too, is like, because you see dexterity and you click on it. The top ones are just ability checks. The ones where above saving throws is where you want to click for saving throw.
I can see that. I got 11.
11.
Yee.
Unfortunately, that is not high enough. You try and reach your arm up to block your eyes, but the viscous goo suddenly, midair, just kind of explodes in this flashing light, and you're kind of taken back, and you you are going to be blinded.
Oh, really?
Yes, you're going to be
Oh.
blinded until your next turn, or until
Oh.
the end of its next turn. Sorry.
Oh.
Botak, where are you? Botak, I actually also need you to roll a dexterity saving throw, because you are within 5 feet of where it spat.
Oh, yeah, that's a big 6.
You are also blinded as you're looking towards this creature when it spits this strange flashing goopy substance. So both of you are going to be blinded until the end of its next turn. It's also going to take a bite against you. What's your AC?
Who?
You.
I think you, Tama.
18.
18. You managed to you are blinded by this flash, and it reaches out to try and bite you with one of its long tendrils. However, your armor is extremely thick, and it can't manage to seem to pierce your armor with its mouth, and you avoid its attack.
I'm a blind, thick lady.
You're so thick.
I'm blind and thick.
So Faxus is begins to bark at this creature, and kind of jumps off of this stone edifice on the side and begins to... It can't really move very well in the water, so it's kind of almost doggy paddling as it tries to sploosh towards this creature. Alright, it can just barely reach, and it's going to make a bite attack against it. That is gonna hit. Hey, well done, Sephaxus. It's going to do 7 piercing damage as Sephaxus kind of and bites into it. You see blood appear from the bite marks on this creature. Alright. What did I say? 7 damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Botak, your turn.
Aye. So, before I got blinded, I knew where he was, right?
Yes, you did. You saw which direction he was.
Then I will move to right near where that is, and let's see. Where is that ability? I'm gonna go ahead and cast Divine Favor.
Oh. Wait a second. I'm sorry. I forgot. It gets advantage of the attack roll because Tama is blinded. So I'm gonna... You know what? I missed it. It's okay. I will remember that next time. I forgot. Yeah, it gets advantage on the attack roll if you're blinded.
So for the next minute, I have entire blessed weapon with radiant damage.
Okay.
And I will take a disadvantage roll against.
Okay, yeah,
attack
your
against-
roll will be a disadvantage if you're blinded.
How do I do a disadvantage roll on this? 20.
On D&D Beyond, you just right-click on it, and then it should give you the ability to roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. Roll with disadvantage. Boy. 14.
14, that's gonna hit. Roll damage.
Yay. Ooh. 9 physical damage plus 3 radiant damage.
Okay. 9 physical plus 3 radiant. So you... That was with disadvantage, right? You rolled on the attack?
Yeah, that was.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you knowing kind of what your vision is kind of blurred, but you can hear the mouths talking and making these disgusting noises, and you jump into the water, move towards it, drawing out your mace, and you slam down and make contact with this creature.
I hear the splashings of your feet. Or do you have feet?
Lily and Thurxora, you watch as this blood splatter kind of emanates from this creature as Botak does a decent chunk of damage to it. Minus 12. Okay. All right. Lily, your turn.
Firebolt! Firebolt!
Firebolt again. Roll for Firebolt. Thank you for the sub, Cookie. I really appreciate it.
I lost my plus. 24.
24. Yeah, that's definitely gonna hit. That is gonna hit.
Ooh, yay! For 9!
9 damage on a Firebolt?
Rolled higher than a 4 on my D10. Waffles
Heck
are rolled
yeah.
higher than a 4 on my D10. I'm so happy.
That's awesome. Yes. All right. You throw out this firebolt at this creature, and you hit it directly in a large cluster of eyes, of these human-like eyes. Disturbingly human-like. They aren't just like wide kind of, they are very human eyes. And this large cluster of them gets hit directly with this firebolt, and you see the eyes kind of sink into the flesh, and this black, charred kind of coloration appears where your firebolt hit as you do some decent damage to it as well. Dang, you guys are going all out on this thing. All right, Gwyn.
Angry, panic, blind bonks. Continue.
Blind bonks. Okay, roll with disadvantage.
Yes. Oh. 8?
8?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not gonna hit. You
Damn it.
kind of holding up your eyes and trying to get this glare out of your eyes that had temporarily blinded you. You swing your hammer down, connecting with nothing but a splash of water as you kind of swing wildly and end up missing the creature, unfortunately. Thurxora!
First of all, I'm gonna climb up the stairs here to get out of the water.
Okay.
And to get high ground. And then I am going to see that is...
Seriously, thank you for the 17 months, Cookie. That's crazy. Thank you so much.
Oh.
I am going to cast Bardic Inspiration on Botek.
Okay.
Which means you can add a 1d6 to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. This can be added after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome. That was my bonus action, and as a normal action, I don't really have a normal action that would make sense right now. So, as a normal action, I do what Thurxora is best at and stare at the wall.
Okay, got you. That's your normal, that's your action? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It is the creature's turn. Nope. It is going to. First off, I need Botak, Gwyn, and Sophaxis to roll. Sophaxis fails again.
What are we rolling?
wisdom saving throw for the cacophony of voices.
5.
Okay.
11.
11. Botak, you succeed. Gwyn, you fail. As the voices, while you're blinded, you like just see spots
Oh my
and
God.
shapes and these voices echoing inside your head. It's maddening and distracting, and you just can't seem to get a grasp on where you are or what's happening. Okay, let's see what Doggo does. Doggo! Oh, that is not the right dice. Doggo is going to kind of just makes his way towards one of the stairs on the dais and kind of shakes his head around, and you can tell that he's distraught about something. Supposedly the echoing voices as well. And he doesn't do anything, unfortunately. Botak, your turn. Your
Hi, I am
blinded
Botak.
condition is over. So you're no longer blinded.
All right. So, hello, big and ugly. This is the first time I've seen you up close. Let's give you a good whack.
I will say the height of that ledge is about 10 feet up off the floor, and the bottom of the water is 10 feet below, so you wouldn't be able to attack from up there.
Okay, well, let's just jump down right over here.
Okay, all right. You splash down into this water, which is about neck
Cannonball.
high for you.
Cannonball.
All right, roll your attack.
Okay, rolling attack now. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da.
I just realized that these ghosty dudes are here still, and they should not be there.
I was wondering about that. I have a 10.
A 10. That actually hits.
I am surprised and very happy. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Cannonball do splash damage. Roll for splash damage.
Okay, so that's 9 physical damage and another 3 divine damage. So 12
9
total.
physical. Wow. Okay. Whoops. I didn't mean to click that. Just ignore that.
No worries.
That is 12, you said, total? All right. Yeah, that'll you swing your, gosh, you guys are doing some, it does have a low AC. You swing you kind of splash down in the water, shaking off this effect that had blinded you before. You bring down your mace, slamming it into this creature. And yeah, just as before, this radiant light kind of emanates from this wound that you inflict onto its fleshy form. Blood splatters out all over the place, kind of splattering onto you. It's looking pretty beat up. You definitely see, like, a lot of the mouths are kind of deformed, causing all this talking and laughing and crying that it's doing to kind of become even more unintelligible, and it kind of just makes these gargling noises in places where you guys have hit it. It is looking pretty beat up.
I just thought of something. No, wait, no, never mind. Too late. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Lily.
Head to firebolt.
That'll hit.
Lol. 2 damage. That sounds about right.
You fire another firebolt, and it hits! But it doesn't seem to, it kind of hits like one of the tendrils. It doesn't seem to really do as much impact damage as you would have liked, but it's still damage. The firebolt hits it. Gwyn, I need you to roll a D8 for me. I need to go do something.
Got a thing for you.
Oh,
Oh no, you go ahead with the thing, but I am basically flanking now, right?
We're not going with flanking rules.
Why not? Okay.
No flanking rules for this. It just adds it.
is that the right dice?
Yeah,
No, it
we're
wasn't
just going
right.
raw for this one.
No. Oh, what?
You okay?
No. It was the wrong one. No, it wasn't. I got a 6.
You got a 6?
Yeah.
All right. You hold on. Let me just roll something really quick. You are going to randomly move
Oh.
to the.
Oh.
What did I roll? To the south. So you're gonna move. You can't go that way because there is a dog there. So you stay in place.
Woohoo!
You kind of try and move in a direction, but the dog's there, and you kind of stumble into him, and you're just kind of clutching your head and moving around, and you're not sure exactly what's going on. You're blinded. You've got these voices in your head. You're just like, you can't really keep track of what's going on, and you're kind of just stumbling around in the water.
I'm tripping.
And that is your turn. Thrixora, your turn.
Let's see, that should be within 30 feet, right?
Yes, it is within 30 feet.
Okay. Then I am going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
On the creature?
On the creature.
Yeah.
A creature of your choice that you can see within range perceives everything is hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter. If this spell affects it, the target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw of 12 or fall prone, become incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration. A creature with an intelligence score for this isn't affected. And at the end of each turn, and each time it takes damage,
Creature with
the
an
target will
intelligence
make
score
another
of what?
wisdom saving. 4 or less.
Okay.
Is it a walking toast?
You cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter, and you do a little
Just walking
strum
toast.
on your instrument, and you guys see this strange light effect emanate from the instrument and kind of appear around this creature. It seems to have no effect. Unfortunately, this is a walking toast. This is a very dumb creature. There is a small semblance of maybe sanity to it somewhere, but it is mostly lost. It is already laughing hideously, in fact. You hear a lot of laughter coming out of several of these mouths. And you don't realize whether you don't know if like this is your spell or it just continues to do this normally, but it doesn't seem to affect its abilities in any way.
I'm sorry, Shmuel, I have failed on my mission to make this very creepy thing even creepier.
It does laugh. It is laughing, but not any more than usual. Alright, its turn. Let's see if it gets its thing back. No, it does not. Botak, Gwyn, and Doggy gotta roll the saving throws again. Hey, Doggy succeeds for once.
7.
7. Unfortunately, Gwyn. You are the echoing just keeps reverberating
Oh.
inside your mind, and you are still incapacitated, or not incapacitated.
I can use my bardic inspiration for this, right?
Yes.
Okay, I am going to. Please. Okay, with that, that brings it up to 10.
10. You are, yes, just enough. You managed to save against the debilitating effects of its gibbering.
The music seems.
Of all the discordant voices. It's going to roll an attack against you, Botak. Unfortunately, it lashes out to try and bite you. And it just can't seem to get a grasp on you. Kind of, as you're hidden beneath the water, you kind of bring up
under the water.
your mace. You what'd you say? You duck under the water?
I dive under the water.
You dive under the water as it reaches out to try and bite you, and you disappear under the water briefly, momentarily, and it completely misses with its bite as you see this fleshy mass kind of just reach out with one of its mouths. Very, very disgusting like.
Being small has an advantage.
Say what?
Being small has an advantage.
Doggy turn. Doggy is going to hit it. Oh, and do 5 damage as it kind of shakes off whatever had been distracting it and lashes out at the creature, grabbing onto one of its tendrils, and you see more blood appearing. This thing is looking bad. It is looking like it is just bleeding all over the place. And you guys hear the voices. Suddenly, through all this laughter and weeping and crying and incomprehensible language, suddenly the voices all become one in unison. Not my fault, Gunter! And the voices begin to spark up again. All right. Botak, your turn.
Oh. You know, the Botak likes to do the good underwater bonking, coming from underneath the water, springing out and smacking him right in the face. For a nice 16 to hit.
That was gonna hit. I'm sorry, not Gunther.
Ow.
Gustav. Sorry, my bad. I said the wrong name. Gustav. Go ahead. Roll your
So
damage.
we got 6 physical damage plus 3 divine damage. For a total of 9.
How do you want to murder him? Wow, he got pretty shit rolls the whole time, and you guys got amazing rolls and
Yay!
absolutely whooped his booty. Yeah.
Epic description. Here we go.
How do you want to finish off this creature?
I want to take my maul from underneath the water that I had just dodged his attack. I want to spin it around so that the pointy end is ready to be swung at, and I'm gonna be jumping right out of the water and go right for, I'm guessing, where the closest of all, like where all the eyes are together, like right in the middle of point of that, and just go.
All right. Your mace glows with this divine
Maul.
radiance. Sorry, Maul. I keep. So they both start with M. Okay.
I know. I
Your
have to correct
Maul glows with this divine radiance, and you bring it down, popping up back out of the water. You bring it down, and it lands squarely in this large group of mouths and eyes. And this creature begins talking all in unison. And all these mouths kind of coalesce together, and the eyes kind of coalesce into almost some semblance of a human face, if it weren't absolutely terrifying and eldritch horror-y. You, taking this opportunity while it's distracted and talking, you slam your maul down directly into the center of this mass. The blood spats out as several of these eyes and mouths are crushed, teeth are smashed under your hammer. All the mouths begin to just, the gargling laughter and insanity, it just seems to become incomprehensible gargling noises as blood begins to fill all of these mouths. And just briefly, for a brief moment, you hear, Gustav, why? It was the child's fault. What? And all these mouths begin to just scream out in terror and horror and gargling noises as it begins to slowly dip into the water and becomes a lifeless hunk of flesh, floating now in the pool of spreading blood beside you. And it's dead. You guys win. You guys absolutely rolled amazing, and it kept rolling like absolute garbage. My God, I need new dice.
Anybody other than Thuxora?
No, I kept missing. Even with the advantage roll when you guys are blinded, I could not hit shit. I am so mad at my dice right now. This dice is going
glad I got the
by.
bardic inspiration from Deadly.
I know this cool shop that actually sells pretty cool dice.
That's what I think. I must have been rolling the wrong one. It didn't even get to recharge its blinding ability. It just kept missing. It failed every time. Oh my gosh.
And you said it was walking toast.
You didn't get to laugh, yeah. That's true. As this thing sort of melts away lifelessly into the water, you guys suddenly begin to hear echoing through from all the walls and reverberating around you this earthquake-like movement, kind of as the room begins to shake. You see stones and bits of debris begin falling from the ceiling. The room shakes for a good 15 seconds before it slowly dies down. And you are met with silence.
Everyone all right? No rocks on the head?
I'm fine.
All good.
Okay.
Everything around
I think I got it.
Walks over to the pile of bones and has a closer look at it.
All right, roll investigation. If you're are you picking through the bones, or are you just kind of like glancing over it?
Actually picking through them a little bit, trying to find a good bone for Sophax.
Good doggy. Good. Who's a good boy?
It's a 16.
16. Okay.
Holy shit! This dice set was the best investment of my life.
You pick through all these bones and you begin like tossing them around and trying to find a good one for Sophaxus. You do find a decently sized femur bone of some poor soul in there. it seems to be pretty good and perfectly dog-sized for Sophaxis. Unfortunately, that is all that you find in that pile.
Okay.
All right, so it's dead.
Oops.
It's
Kill that.
very ugly.
There we go.
It this thing's got a lot of mouths. Let's not be in any rush to find another one of them anytime soon, yeah?
I was not planning on.
And another one suddenly appears behind you.
Now the question is, how do we get out of here?
I wonder if that rumbling maybe was the barrier around the house coming down.
I mean, there's only one way to find out.
I mean, unless anyone can see another way out from down here. I guess our only way is up.
Technically, the water has to begin somewhere. So... maybe? But... on the other hand, from what I've seen today, I wouldn't be too surprised if that thing just sponged it up or something.
Very true.
Let's go and see if the thingy opens over there. He walks over here and pulls on the lever.
You push on the lever. Doesn't seem to be budging.
Hey, guys, we might have a little problem.
What is like this?
Otek,
Is it
Gwen?
like a ledge or is it a...
Let me take a crack at it. Let me see what's going on here.
What is what?
like this around this little pool? Is it like a ledge or is it like a wall?
It's a rock wall. Yeah, it's a carved rock wall. Kind of, it seems much more hastily carved than the rest of this room, in fact. It kind of just seems to be a strangely where that creature had been. The walls look as if they had been melted almost, and had started to break apart in this pile near this pile of bones.
All right, I'm gonna try the wheel.
Okay.
I can get the budge or not.
Are you gonna try and force it?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a strength check.
Check. Oh, it was so close to an extra 20, but it's a 9.
9. Unfortunately, you doesn't seem to be budging.
Yeah, that thing's not budging.
Well, we might have a problem then. The other door also seems to still be closed, so until there's a mechanism.
Wait, hold on. The water went away, right? And there's no obvious ways around here, but the creature wasn't in the water beforehand, right? So maybe that bone pile has a way out.
I mean, I just went through it, so I think I would have seen something like that. But if you want, you can check again. You're the specialist for tunnels.
I take no specialties. I am just trying to throw out suggestions.
Listen, your people are the ones living in caves and tunnels.
You're gonna search through the bone pile again? All right, roll investigation. Actually, Yeah, you don't have to roll investigation. Unfortunately, there's nothing in this bone pile. It is just a pile of disgusting bones and absolutely flesh-eaten humanoids. That's it.
Okay.
So,
I-
Detective
Plenty of skulls
Otek,
to
did you
make
find
glow, though.
something?
Well, there's nothing at the very bottom of it, so I don't know where all the water went
Hmm.
or how
Thuxora is
that
gonna check
creature got
the
in.
altar for all kinds of mechanisms, maybe.
You roll investigation for me real quick. Actually, just roll an intelligence check.
An intelligence check.
Yes.
That went off my mat. That is a 10 total.
A 10. Okay. All right. You check the altar. Unfortunately, it just seems to be dried, stained blood on this altar. The ghouls are still creepy and lifelike, and kind of awkwardly look at you.
Well, guys, I can't find anything here. If you can't find anything there, and the thingy over there, the bars don't move, then I hate to say it, but it seems like we're gonna die in here.
Oh.
We should have just let that thing in eat us.
Wow, that's very negative.
There's still places in the room to
Right.
examine.
Let's see. The
Thuxora goes to the place where the secret door was and sees if there's any mechanisms on this side.
Roll perception for me.
Perception. And that's a 10 again.
Just enough. You guys, Thuxora, as you climb up there and you're kind of looking along the wall and you see this indent where this door was, you see that it is clearly made for rising up. You kind of briefly glance through the area and you just barely spot a small indent in the wall next to this door. It's kind of like a strangely out of place indent in the carved stone wall.
I'm gonna mage hand push it.
You push into the indent and it kind of sinks into the wall, and you hear as the door begins to raise itself once again.
Guys, I found a way out.
probably we knew there was a way out, but we didn't know if there was a way to open it on this side. So, but good job finding the thing that makes it open.
Yeah, I would just say let us quickly use this before it just closes on us again.
One must die. Shit.
Not again.
Quick, dive through. All right, you guys go through the door. Doesn't seem to close behind you. You seem to be pretty safe so far. Where are you guys going now? Where are you heading to?
Obviously into the dead end at the bottom.
All right, you go to the dead end where the skeleton was. Seems to be a Dead end with a skeleton at it.
I'm gonna have a rough
much
check
to it.
for potential secret doors.
He kind of wears these darker cloths, the skeleton. If you're looking for a secret door, if you're looking around, you're gonna like tap on the walls and inspect everything. Roll investigation.
It is an 11.
11. You don't find any apparatuses that might work for a secret door, but you do check by the skeleton, and as you're moving it around and trying to like look behind it to see if there's some kind of secret apparatus, you do notice a gold ring on the skeleton's finger.
I'm gonna yoink it.
You yoink the ring. The finger of the skeleton kind of breaks off as you grab it. Dust settles for a moment. You're like, ah! Skeleton doesn't seem to mind.
I'm gonna place the skeleton's hand in its lap and try to put the finger right next to it as if it would fit.
Lily just
Sorry,
runs
Mr.
up behind
Skeleton.
and like takes it in her hand and uses mending to put the skeleton finger back on the bone and just lays it back in its lap, and there you go, Mr. Skeleton.
Well,
Apologies.
I guess technically a skeleton is not a living creature, so you do manage to mend the finger back onto the skeleton. Thurxor is like, kind of whoopsie. And yeah, you manage to meld the finger back with the skeleton, and everything is right. You would imagine if he were alive, he would be very thankful that you did not destroy his remains. However, stealing his ring might be something else.
Well, you got to be at least a little bit nice in return.
Yeah, exactly. Thuxora is gonna have a closer look at this ring. Is there anything potentially magic about it?
Roll Arcana.
Arcana. That is 22.
22. You kind of examine the ring, turn it over, look at it. Doesn't seem to be magical. It doesn't seem to have any kind of runic inscriptions or anything that would hint at the ring being magical in any way. But it does look like a nice golden ring. It does look pretty. Probably sell for a little bit.
Is it more than a century old?
Actually, it would be. It is more than a century old.
Then, with my future historical knowledge, I can determine the monetary value of this ring.
Looking at this ring and your appraisal knowledge that you have for very old objects, you'd say, typically, assuming you're in the real world, normal economy, and not stuck in a mansion, it would sell for about 25 gold.
Okay. I'm gonna put this ring into my pocket.
Put a ring in my pocket.
Miniature inventory.
You guys, can we take a quick break? I really have to go to the bathroom.
This
Okay.
might be
You guys
point
do.
to
While you're
stop. It
going
is-
to the bathroom, I just want to ask, why the heck is there a D&D Beyond standard item that is an antimatter rifle?
Oh, that's because you have custom content on.
Yeah.
Yeah, custom content can be anything.
This could be a good point to stop because it's really late for Tama.
Tama, you want to stop? I know it's pretty late and you're at your mom's house and you probably want to hang out with your mom.
My mom's asleep.
Or it's just
I
really
want-
late for you in general. And
Fine
you want to go to
past
sleep.
midnight over
I,
here.
I literally walked to a bedroom door and she's fallen asleep, sat upright watching Netflix on her bed.
Aw.
Aww.
Aw.
So, I don't mind, honestly.
I think it's getting pretty late. We can stop here for today. That's okay. You guys beat a boss.
Question, Waffles.
Yes.
Are we was our assumption correct that the rumbling actually opened up the way out of this mansion? So are we theoretically able to leave? Because then I would say spend the 10 extra minutes so we don't have to start off down.
Actually,
here.
that brings up a good point. Do you guys mind on going a little bit longer so we can at least see if you guys... let's go a little bit longer and see how things go. If it looks like things aren't going to go the way of getting out of here ASAP, then we will stop it. But if you're okay with continuing on just a little bit longer.
First, Waffles, go pee.
I do have to pee though. Yeah, I gotta go pee real fast. I will be right back. So we will I will BRB. It won't be very long, so I'll be right back.
Stop the chatter, work the bladder. Go, go, go.
Hey, we survived again somehow. And I only almost got one shot.
Close call, but still alive, still good.
But yeah, my experiences with my new dice set so far are very positive. I actually get rolls on a d20 that are higher than a 5, so I'm very pleasantly surprised.
Plus dice. Hooray. I am lying on bed on my belly, clinging to iPad.
Don't fall asleep, Tama.
No, no, I wake up. I wake up. Fine. Got this.
Yeah, let's hope that we're actually getting to level 3.
How's your Final Fantasy 14 roll?
I've not been able to play it the past couple of days because not my computer, but I got to Heaven's Ward.
Alright, Waffles is back.
Oh no!
Hi, back.
I mean, welcome back.
So don't feel rushed, by the way. I mean, if you get whatever you guys want to do, do it. Don't feel like you just have to run out of the mansion. We could stop. I'm happy stopping anywhere, so don't feel like you have to, one, be forced to keep playing, or you know, feel like you have to get out of here so we can end the session. It's totally up to you guys.
Waffles.
I'm good to go.
I'm good to go too.
Okay. All right. So where do you guys go? What is your plan?
I'm heading back up.
Okay.
Leaving all the way up into the attic, basically. That's where I'm heading.
On the way there, Thuxora is like, wait a second, Botek. Now that we don't have this, he is ancient, he's the land stuff going on in the back of our heads, would it maybe be smart to at least take a peek into the other rooms here?
If you would like to, you can. If you think there's some danger in there, I will be right behind you.
Okay. And Thuxora picks up the rope that they tied to the thingy.
Okay, you grab the rope.
Because you never know when you need
Whoops.
a rope the next time.
You're dead now. Okay, no, I accidentally deleted you. Nope, that's that. There we go. Okay, we're good. So Faxus doesn't have his status effect on him anymore. We'll just bring you guys up here. Okay. You guys, so you're peeking in on those rooms that were to the side. You guys look into these strange kind of outcroppings to the hallway that kind of lead into another section. You see these large stone, like peering into the branches in this hallway. You see these large stone slabs fitted into carved walls to the east and west on each branch of this outcropping. They all seem to have words on them. The ones you two seem to be at have the words, Therxora, you see a name etched into the slab. It says Gustav Durst. Lily, you see a name on yours, Elizabeth Durst.
Well, that's just to specify the spelling, because I smell somebody butchering my language. Is it spelled D-U-R-S-T by any chance?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, what?
It's literally, his name is Gustav Thirst. The word is pronounced Durst and is the word for thirst.
Well, that's interesting. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's funny. Well, I'm gonna call it Durst.
God damn it.
I'm sorry, Gustav Durst. Your character is not German. They would pronounce it bad too. Only Gustav himself knows how to pronounce his name.
She's Gith. Who knows if the Gith language is maybe German?
The Gith language comes from a place that is definitely not Germany.
Yeah. Yeah.
She also speaks primordial, I think.
That's
German. Primordial is German.
Now, that's even worse.
German is the basis of all languages.
Yes.
Unfortunately, anyways, I'm gonna call it Durst because that's easier for me to say, and I don't want to butcher the German language. So it's gonna be Durst.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for butchering your language. Why is there my name up here hidden behind the... Somebody wrote my name hidden in the secret parts of the walls. Sorry. Anyways, you guys see those etchings on the stone slab. Very nicely carved, too. They are not hastily done like the rest of these. These were very deliberately carved by an artisan. The words are spelled in a very nice font.
Fancy.
Fancy rocks. In the dawn of humanity, they spoke German.
Should we open it on 3?
I think we should.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Roll athletics.
What?
Both of you roll athletics to move the stone slabs. They are big, large, and very heavy.
Do you mean acrobatics by any chance?
Nope. It's athletics.
Is there...
Well,
Oh,
this is
there it
not
is.
gonna go well.
I was just blind.
Oh
17.
yeah, that really didn't go well because I rolled a 2 and my strength is -1.
You do see like there is a bit of leverage behind it if you wanted to try and use something to try and give you leverage to open it, but without something to pry into.
Pull my crowbar out of my backpack and try and
Get
wedge
advantage
that
on
in.
your strength on your athletics check.
Thank God. Let's try again. Well, that's a little bit better. That's an 11.
Unfortunately, you still fail.
God damn it.
What did you get through, Sora?
17.
17! You just barely managed. This stone slab is huge and heavy, and you manage to open it. And behind it, you see sitting a stone, a large, empty stone coffin atop a pedestal just behind the slab. It looks to be a crypt of some sort.
Interesting. If my assumption is correct, then she walks over here and sees if it's the same kind of thingy on this side.
You're going towards that one. Okay. You turning around, you go to the other stone slab. You see written on it the name Rosavalda Durst. Durst.
I'm sure they died of dehydration. Guys, come here really quick, please. Lily over there, does it say what I think it says?
It does. It says Thornbolt Durst on the other door. Or giant stone slab, sorry.
Yes, it does.
Kids, I know you're in there.
You do, as you look at this stone slab with Rose's name on it and then Thorn's name, you feel a pang of sharpness in your chest, like a deep emotional realization, and it hurts for a second, and you're suddenly overcome with sadness, and then it fades as you re-grasp hold of your emotions.
Guys, I know this might be a little brutal, but let's try to open these up. I have an idea.
Any of you welcome to borrow my crowbar if you wish. I don't think I'm really cut out for this sort of work.
Yeah, same here.
Okay. Roll athletics to pry open the stone slabs with the crowbar. Whoever's rolling, whoever's...
Hello? Strength characters?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Maybe we should stop here. I think we should probably stop.
No, I've got this.
Also,
Don't worry.
Botek refuses to.
Why?
He does not want to desecrate the resting place of the family.
Botek. Let's think back a few hours. What is laying up there in the child's room?
Skeletons.
Their corpses.
yeah.
So isn't the least thing that we should do to bring them down here to their proper resting place?
You know, we could,
Mm-hmm.
but I really want to check and see what that rumbling did. Because if the house above collapsed on us, then how are we going to get out?
Okay, let's make a deal. We're gonna go up there. Up there were windows. If this rumbling means that the walls are gone, we will see that up there. If the walls are gone, we will bring the corpses down here and put them to rest, okay? If they're not gone, then, well, we'll figure something out, but first we will still bring their corpses down here and put them to rest. If the whole house is gone, we'll improvise.
Ooh.
Sounds like a plan?
Kind of.
Okay.
Okay, let's go up there then.
All right. You guys go upstairs,
Whee.
climbing up the claustrophobic, very long spiral staircase in this cobweb-covered staircase. You reach the top. And we're going to stop there. We're going to stop there because...
We just need to remember to do this the next time then.
Yes. I will say, actually, I will describe so that we know what you guys can plan out for next time. You guys get to the top, and the room where you exit is choked with smoke, thick black smoke that seems to be emanating from the furnace in the room.
Oh.
And the door is making a loud krshunk, 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 and peering through the smoke, you try to look. The door has become a swinging scythe blade, moving back and forth through the doorway, blocking your exit.
Oh.
And we'll end there.
Damn it.
Dun, dun, dun.
It makes it a lot harder to put these kids to rest.
And we'll stop there for today. Congratulations! You guys killed the thing. And now your house is gonna be a fun time because you killed the thing.
It only took us 3 hours to get there and actually kill the thing.
Yeah, you guys did it. You guys actually smoked its butt because I kept rolling absolutely terrible. Like I was not rolling well.
Yay.
But you guys did it. Oh man. Well, we'll see how you guys manage to get out of this house next time. I'm so curious.
Yeah. We'll set it on fire.
All right, you get some sleep, Tama.
I'll sleep. Okay.
Have a good night, Tama.
Night,
I'm
Tama.
good. No.
Good night, Tama.
No.
All right. Oh no, my face died. I can't see my face. I hope you guys enjoyed our heroes beating up on a freaky deaky eldritch horror thing for a little bit there. I'm super glad it didn't one-shot you, Thurixora, because boy, it rolled pretty good too.
I mean, not that I would have made much of a difference, but...
Oh man. Okay, guys. Do you want to raid somebody? And thank you
Yeah,
everybody
let's
for hanging out and the subs and stuff like that. Thank you guys for watching and hanging out with us. I had some fun. I hope you did too.
Yeah.
I like my beef jerky.
I want to raid my moderator that's been doing pretty well for me with this past week with all those extreme amounts of bots that have been going around giving hate raids and everything. He's been fighting and banning literally every single one of their accounts.
Oh,
And banned each one of their accounts the moment. He bans each one of their accounts the moment they pop into their chat and throw a follow. So I'm going to be raiding Killing House.
Oh, you got killing streaming right now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's raid Killing. I'm totally down
He
for
just
that.
started up. His name is spelled with Killing Floor 2. He's got 2 eyes in his name.
Yep, I can see that.
Yeah, I'm down for raiding Killing.
Yes.
All right, guys.
He's been a good man.
Thank you for hanging out. Thank you to my players.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Chachi and Tama and Deadly and Arya. I hope you guys had fun. We will continue this next week with the exciting conclusion as you all get chopped up in scythe blades. It's going to be a great time.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'll see you all back here tomorrow. I'm going to not only be dancing, but there's been a few game worlds released for VR chat. So tomorrow, after I'm done dancing for a little bit, where I'm gonna go with join Blitz, and both of us are gonna run around in some of the game worlds and have some fun. So look forward to it. If not, I'll see you whenever you stop by again.
Okay, bye guys. I'm gonna raid.
Bye bye.
It's raid time.
Love you.
Raid time.
Tama's adorable.
Get some sleep, Tama. Boop.